Welcome back to price action trading series from Market Secrets. This is episode 21 of the series, and in this episode we are going to see why chain is the most important element in price action trading. So let's get started with today's session. The chain is a critical element of price action trading. Chain integrates imbalances and trend lines and gives a detailed picture of demand and supply. As discussed in the previous episode, a potential imbalance is valid once an opposing imbalance is taken out or a trend line is broken with one or more full OHCL candles. So let's take a step back to understand why we are drawing a trend line. The idea behind drawing a trend line by connecting two latest valleys or two latest peak is to connect two latest imbalances. It can be a bullish imbalance or a bearish imbalance. If we start seeing impulses in opposite directions, then the dynamics for that time frame in particular will probably be changing. So if you see a new demand zone and it forms a supply zone after that, then it indicates the dynamics for that particular time frame might be changing. So in such cases, we should lean on a bigger time frame before we start trading in the same direction where the last impulses happened. These concepts are the core of the realignment rules that will be explained in the next episode. But for now, try to understand why we are drawing a trend line. It is just to connect two latest impulses, and if it is broken, it indicates something is changing. So by drawing the trend lines as explained in the trend line episode, we are making sure that we'll be connecting the latest impulses in any direction, whether it is bullish or bearish. We must do the same for every time frame in our sequence in order to apply the realignment rules. That is, a single time frame is not enough to make a trading decision, so you need to repeat this in all the time frames. Now, if you use the two rules on how the imbalances are created, that is the trend line break or the opposing zone being removed, we will start seeing how these impulses start losing steam and give birth to opposing imbalances that create an opposing force against the last two obvious impulses. This linked relationship is called the chain. I know it sounds confusing. I'll explain it with an example shortly. But before that, it is very important that you put these rules into practice so that you gain confidence in the methodology. Reading and analysis can help you a bit, but the accomplishments in your learning process will only happen when you do your homework. Only with practice, your brain starts to create habits and patterns based on these rules, which is very crucial when it comes to price action trading. So with that note, let's get into the details of the chain. There is a relationship between trendline break connecting the last two impulses and when an imbalance is created. We'll be referring to this relationship as a chain from now on. This chain connects both core concepts and provides us with a very objective methodology to locate potentially tradable imbalances on any price chart and time frame. In the following examples, you will see how this chain is formed. These rules apply to any market and time frame. These two core concepts will provide us with the mechanical rules to locate potential imbalances to lean on our trading. It is very important to bear in mind that all these imbalances have potential status. A potential imbalance will be validated further once we apply the realignment rules, score the levels, and put these levels into context in a bigger picture trend made of at least three time frames. We will discuss more about this concept in the very next episode. Now let's go to the example of chain. Before we start, just consider price is currently here and ignore everything that is on the right hand side. So considering price is here, consider there is a valid supply zone at the top. That is, this is your valid supply zone and the price is dropping from that particular supply zone. And the price continued to drop and it formed another peak which helped us to draw this trend line. So the price is falling from the supply zone and it has formed a trend line and the price is currently here. Ignore everything that is on the right hand side. So once price reaches here, it bounces back and it breaks the trend line in the process. So the moment price breaks this trend line, a new demand zone will be created. So once the price breaks this trend line, I will mark a demand zone here and it will be marked as a valid demand zone because it has taken out the trend line. So since the trend line is broken, you can remove this trend line and you can mark a new demand zone here. And once the price breaks the trend line, it continues to be on sideways for almost the whole day and it closed the day at its day's high. And the next day, the price gaps up above the supply zone that we already have. So this is the supply zone that we already had. And the next day, price gaps up above this particular supply zone, taking this zone out immediately. So this gap up in the price will create a new demand zone. So once the price gaps up, the setup will change like this. This zone will become invalid and you can mark a new zone here. So this is the origin of a gap. So this particular zone will be a new demand zone and this demand zone had already taken out this particular supply zone. So this demand zone had become valid. So you can mark this new zone here and you can remove this supply zone. So the price gaps up, it creates a new demand zone, it takes out an existing supply zone, then it started dropping and it fills the gap. So the price fills the gap and it hits the new demand zone and it bounces back again. So we have one valley here already and this forms another valley. So by combining these two valleys, we can create an uptrending line. And since this particular supply zone is now taken out, you can remove it. So this is how your new setup will look like. And in the next step, price breaks this upward trend line. So if you look at here, a candle is formed here without touching the trend line. So this has broken the trend line. So this break of trend line will create a new supply zone at the top. So I have marked this new supply zone and once you mark this new supply zone, this trend line will become invalid. So you can remove this trend line. So if you look at these steps and examples, right, you can clearly see how these trend lines and zones are integrated and related to each other, forming a chain relationship. This relationship between trend line and zone is continuous. Even if you go back 10 years in the chart and start making zones from that day till today, you can see a clear chain-like relationship from 10 years back to today. Some of the zones I marked 10 years back can be used for trading next year as well. These chain relationships are continuous and will help you to read the charts easily. If you give it enough time, these chains will speak to you when you look at the chart. It will also clearly say whether a demand zone is in control or whether a supply zone is in control now. So understanding the chain is most critical in price action trading. Hope you have understood it from this particular episode. So open your charts and try to see whether you will be able to create this chain-like relationship in your charts. With that note, I'm closing today's episode. If you like this episode, hit the like button and share it with your friends if you find it useful. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon to get notified whenever we conduct live sessions. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.